Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to be taking a look at a little LED light that's made for drones. It's made to attach to drones, and it's made by Ulanzi. It says right here, drone strobe light. Now, it has solid light and it does have a strobing mode, which I didn't test in the actual drone flight in this video. I used the solid light modes, but it can shine in red, green, and white. And I show you guys in the flight review, you'll see red and green, which is of course really appropriate for this time of the year, being that Christmas is coming. So besides the light, which is rechargeable, it comes with a Velcro already attached on the drone light, and you just get two pads, which I already have one installed in the Mavic Mini here. Here's the second one with adhesive on the back, a little instruction manual, and a USB-C cable. Make note of that, it's USB-C, which is interesting for an accessory, but that's to charge the rechargeable battery inside of it. So make sure you hold on to this cable if you don't have a lot of USB-C accessories, because you can't, charge it with a micro USB. You have to have a USB-C, so just be mindful of that. And then of course the light itself, the button is here on the back, and that's to turn it on and off and switch between the different light modes and colors. And your USB-C port is behind this little rubber flap, and there it is, and you charge it and the light will, I think it's a white light, it'll go out whenever it's finished charging, and it ought to work for a pretty long time, I would think, since it's just an LED light between charges. But obviously I've not tested to see how long. I guess I could turn it on and let it sit on my table until it goes out, but I would think it'd work for quite a while, but I really don't have a guess at how long it will go between charges. And let's go ahead and we'll turn it on here, and I'll show you the different colors. There's green, and that's, I fly it with green and red outside. And let's press it in again. Oh, I turned it off. Quick press. Now we got a flashing mode on green. Press it again. A different flashing pattern. Now we've gone to white, and do the same thing. It'll be flashing patterns for the white, and then we go to red. And that's the three different ones. And it's pretty darn bright. Let's go ahead and hold it in, and that turns it off. So we take it up here, I'm gonna, for a flight with this attached, and we'll let you guys see what you think of this little light. It's sort of just a novelty, but it's pretty cool. It's rechargeable. What I wanted to do is I wanted to put it on my Mavic Mini, because the Mavic Mini is right at that 249 weight, and of course just attaching this Velcro piece is setting it won't exceed the weight limit for registration in the United States. So it's 250. I'll put a picture up here. 250 grams with it attached, and it's like 264 with the actual light attached to this Velcro. You could trim this down, and you don't need this much Velcro. I'll show you as I put it on here. It looks pretty good with it attached, actually. But you don't need that much Velcro. You might be able to trim the Velcro down enough that you could keep it on here permanently and still keep it below the 250 weight limit. But I also wanted to see, kind of make this a two-in-one video. I want to see not just how the light looks, but how does this Mavic Mini do with a little bit of additional weight? Will it trigger that payload mode? And the payload mode on the Mini, if it detects a certain amount of weight, and I don't think DJI really clarifies that. I think it's probably around 50 grams, which is how much the cage that comes with the drone, if you get the Fly More package, which I don't have. It will trigger in the app a payload mode, which slows it down and just makes it to where it can fly with more weight better. But you can turn that on manually in the app under the app settings to turn that mode on. And but you shouldn't have to. It should auto enable it, but in case it doesn't, you can turn that on. But in the flight review, you'll see it. I mean, I hold up the phone so you can see I didn't do a screen recording, but there's no, it doesn't trigger it, and it has no effect. This thing flies great with it on here, and it was rather windy. I just did it a while ago, the flight review, and there's no issues. So what I'm getting is no problems with this extra 15-16 grams of weight. It does not trigger payload mode, and the drone flies just as if there's nothing on there. I could tell no difference at all. So not surprising for a brushless drone. So that's good to know that the Mini has no problems with another 15-16 grams, but you are exceeding the FAA in the United States. In some countries like Canada, where that 250 is really, really important, you don't want to be flying with this thing attached to it at all. Even with the Velcro, you'd want to take it off and on just to be safe that you're underneath that 250 weight limit. So again, we'll take it outside now. You guys can see it is very dark. I have my camera on auto low light. I've got the EV cranked all the way up, probably too much. So bear that in mind. You know, don't thumbs down the video just because it's dark, because I have to fly it at night. If I fly it during the day, well, what can I do? I mean, you're not going to see this light during the day. So just be mindful. It is very dark, but I watched the whole clip, and you certainly can see this at all times, assuming I not move my head out of the way for a minute or something. But you'll be able to see the light the whole time. It's just not going to be easy to see the drone or much of anything else in the video, just because it's pitch black outside. So anyway, I do think it's pretty cool. I'll include a purchase link to Amazon where you can pick this up if you're interested in one. It'd be no problem to put this on a bigger drone like an Evo or a Mavic 2, Mavic, even a Bugs 3. I would probably sort of stick with brushless motors, but a brushed drone would have no problem with this as long as it's a decent sized one. And again, it's pretty cool. I don't know how much this costs, but again, I'll link to this product on Amazon in the product description if you're interested in checking it out. So let's go ahead and we'll go outdoors now for that nighttime video so you guys can see how the light looks, and take my word for how the drone flies, because you're not going to see much of that actual flight characteristics at night with the light on, just because it's too dark. So I'll be right back, guys, for that nighttime footage. All right, guys, so I got out here by the street. Under the street light, we have a little bit of light maybe to see this. As you can see, as I did a moment ago, I got the light turned on to red. Let's go ahead and take off and see how this looks. I'm not going to worry about recording any video or screen, anything weird like that. No screen recordings.
Updated. Please check it on the map.
Because obviously we're not going to get any good footage here at night. I just want to see how this LED looks. Now, of course, it's on top, but hopefully you guys can see that. And I have no warnings here in the app, so we don't have any payload warnings. I think you got to be up towards that 50 grams that the cage weighs to actually have that be detected. So we could turn it on, but it does, as I expected, it's not even being phased by that little 15 extra grams. Actually 16, I believe, with once you add the Velcro. There is a wind picking up now. It's blowing here from right to left, and that was not like that earlier. I thought this would be a good night to actually take it out, and since the sun's gone down, the wind has really picked up. So let's take it up here and just see. Look, it looks pretty good here on my screen, the camera, even though I'm not recording. Let's just take it up and see. I'm seeing the green light, of course, but I'm not seeing the light on top unless I get back here. Now you guys can see with it on top. And there's the light. I'm thinking, and you have to be careful that you don't obstruct the vision system, the infrared lights, the two, and the little pinhole monocular camera, that you don't end up obstructing the vision system, even though at night the vision system's not going to be functioning if you left on just the Velcro alone. So what I'm getting to is on top is not really ideal, because if you're very far up underneath it, you're not going to see that light. But right now I can see the red light. Taking it up over my house here. It's kind of cool between the red light on top and that green, the one green flashing light on the Mavic Mini. I'm going to turn it back around here, and I will manually fly it over, and we'll bring it down here and switch the light over to green and see how that looks. I think green's going to look pretty cool with the flashing green light on back. That's your only real source of orientation on this drone too, at night, if you can't see your screen. I'm using my screen, of course, the camera screen here, to be able to see which way I'm looking. So let's go ahead and land it here.
Landing.
Let's switch this over now to green. Let's pull it off, and let's tap through the buttons here and take it to green. All right, we got green now. I think green's gonna look really cool. All right, I've got the light on green. And again, I'm not getting any payload warnings or anything. The drone flies perfect with the this little bit of weight added.
Take off. The home point
I like that.
Please check it on the map.
Not only is it a little bit more Christmassy since we're getting close to that time of the year, but it matches up with the green rear light, as you guys can see there. Hopefully this is showing up decent in my head cam, but if not, you guys should at least be able to make out the light. And the Mini's just having no issues at all. Just be mindful, of course, that we are exceeding the FAA's weight limit in the United States. Did not require registration. Even if you add that Velcro, you're at 250. So if you want to keep that Velcro on your drone at all times for this light, well, you got the Mini, and that of course only applies to the Mini. If you decide to put that Velcro on for this specific light that comes with it, you have to register the drone. So just be aware of that. And of course, once the light's added, you're well over at 264, I think it was weighing. But you know, I'm going to take the Velcro off once I'm done. And if I want to use this light on the Mini again, I would just reapply a piece of Velcro. The Velcro is very large. You could get by with a smaller piece. You might be able to get a small piece of Velcro of your own, or cut that one up, because you could cut the existing Velcro, and you could probably you might be able to get it to stay under 250. So I've weighed this on my scale, and just like DJI says, it's 249. Let's take it up here and kind of see how it looks with the green. So up there I can see my light flashing, but I'm not making out much of the green. Now I am, once I turn the drone some. So on top, this mount's not really ideal. So I'm going to make sure that I can turn the drone around here and face my house. Bringing it back around. Locating the light. Of course, the light on top is not going to help my orientation in the rear light. That way I know I'm facing forward and I don't fly into those trees across the street, which you can barely see right now. Yeah, the Mini has no problems, and the light itself, I like it. It's pretty neat, but it's really going to be better to have that mounted on the bottom. And of course, then you got gravity pulling, and you got to really hope that Velcro holds it. So it's really meant to be more on the top, but obviously it's going to be hidden as you get up very high. So you got to be back a ways from the drone, or you need to have it really low like this, and then the light looks really cool. And that wind's really kicking up. I'd say we got a 10-mile-per-hour wind. It's pretty stiff at my back right now. And the Mini's doing a darn good job holding position, especially with this extra little bit of weight on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually do like this little light. I'm not sure how practical it is. I mean, I don't know when I would need it, unless you're just really worried about flying at night and losing the drone. And if this drone came down somewhere and you had to auto emergency land it, as long as it landed itself and didn't fall out of the sky, that light's going to make this drone a whole heck of a lot easier to find at night. That's for sure. But for the most part, it's just sort of a gimmick. I mean, I think it is cool, but I'm not going to have too many times I could ever think of where I'm going to need to stick an LED on top of my drone at night. But there's probably a use for it, and the cool factor alone. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and land it now. Let's do an auto landing. It's taking its little sweet time here. It'll ensure the area is okay to land. I had to ensure. And the reason why it's asking me to ensure it's safe to land is the vision positioning on the bottom cannot determine whether or not it's safe to land because they just can't see. Alright guys, so that wraps up the review of this little drone light, and also sort of a payload drone light test for the Mavic Mini to see how it does with a little extra weight, which of course it had no issues with. Alright guys, that wraps up the review of the little drone light. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to click the bell and subscribe and let you notify when I upload new videos. And as always guys, have a wonderful day.
The power of the dark side.